So let's go and add more RPCs. Let's add the easier ones, which is what we have wrote as RPCs in the past, but there weren't actually RPCs like this one. Okay, so let's go to the definition of this, which is this one, and we're going to say SharpNet RPC, and then everywhere we are adding this, we're simply going to turn it into an actual RPC, which is SharpNet RPC call on this object, this RPC, false, and pass the player ID. Okay, so copy that. And we can just use find or references, because we can just do it from here. Now this is on the AI manager, so I don't really care about the AI because it's going to be locally, so we can remove that, or we can just keep it. Actually, let's keep it just in case we're not confused and so on. Okay, so that's for that RPC. Let's do the next one. SharpNet RPC, player does combat, let's find it. Then we're going to do SharpNet RPC dot call, player does combat, and yeah, we need more. This SharpNet does combat, false, and p.player ID. Let's copy this since this is exactly the same thing. And we're just going to replace this one. Now, keep in mind that maybe some of them can be recursive, but I think it's not. We are already checking for that. So I think at least on that matter, we should be clear. Let's see what else do we have as an RPC. We have this one, so let's do a pick definition, then SharpNet RPC call on this object, the method false, and let's just copy from that player ID and card ID, and this is the method we want to use. Okay, let's see if this is used anywhere else. I think it's not. Okay, perfect. Close that. Then let's try this one. This one should be. Close that. Okay, now we have this to master, but I think we are not needed to just be on master, so we're just going to say we're going to throw it everywhere. We'll see. And actually, you know what? Let's try. This is from the AI manager. Okay. This is from the AI manager, so we can just leave it to this and we'll find. Maybe the block won't work this time. We have the kill creature card, which needs to be a SharpNet RPC and then a SharpNet RPC to this. Kill creature card. We have this on two places. And here's the thing. this is coming from another object, so we can't throw the RPC from this object, which means we need to do a broadcast first. We're going to say public void broadcast kill creature card, which then is going to do subnet RPC call this object, this false player ID card ID. Player ID, card ID, and of course this will be kill creature card. Okay. Close that, and instead of kill creature, we're just going to do broadcast and broadcast. Okay, there goes that. And as you can see, we do have the other RPCs, but let's take them one by one. Let's see, we were on the kill card, or the kill creature. Let's go there again. Kill creature card. Player begins combat. Final references. This is from the AI manager, so I'm not going to bother with that. So let's do subnet RPC call on this object. This false and player ID. Perfect. There goes this. Let's go on the next RPC. Let's close this. Subnet, okay. RPC, assign scan card for battle, subnet RPC. Let's find this. Final references. Okay. And this as well we need. So subnet. On this object, the above method false p player ID card.card ID. As an RPC, let's do this for the above one. Subnet RPC call this object P player ID C card ID. Okay, so you see, with all the changes and all the positions we did, because of the way we wrote all this, yeah, this needs false first. How easy it is to actually turn this into a multiplayer game because of the way we had our setup. Okay, so there goes all the RPCs, I believe. Let's see if we have anything else. We have these two. And because there's only one place that everything is going from, then it means it's much more simpler to do. Now, these two are from the AI manager, which means we took care of this. So, but first, let's do RPC player drops card from hand. This needs to go here, actually. I don't know why we have the same thing twice. RPC player, okay. Subnet RPC call on this object, on this method, false. And I think we just need to pass all of this and just drop it here. Okay, so pass player ID, target operation, card ID, and this can go away. Okay. And I think this is not needed anymore. So let's comment it out. Let's say search for any other RPCs that we might have a stray. I think we don't. Yeah, from as far as I can see, RPCs are all set correctly. So maybe we have missed some, we'll see. Let's fix the button now though, that we're ending the turn. UI and turn. Okay, so if current player state is play, this needs to kind of do. This needs to be kind of done slightly differently. So if you are doing the check, yeah, we need to check if it is your turn. So when you're beginning your turn, so the operation that the player begins turn has picked up player state. Current player equals P. We need to know now the local player if it's the current player. So UI and turn. If current player dot is local player equals false, return. Let's see. Yeah, okay, we do have the game manager, 2 calls on the AI manager, but we don't need them. So let's compile and let's do another build and run. I think they should be good, at least it should get us more than half the way there, because we have done all of this. So I'm going to join with this guy. I'm going to join from this. Okay, we have our turn. Dropping the card. You can see what's happening. I'm going to end the turn. Oh, now we got RPC error, method RPC, apply health to player does not exist on view game manager. Okay, we have one wrong. That's not the wrong. And let's see, on game manager, apply health to player as the RPC. But it does exist. That's interesting. You get the, unless we are calling this somewhere, no, we're not calling it. We do have it as an RPC and we're calling this on this. We're calling RPC apply health to player, false target player ID, which is getting called from RPC player to master. Oh, I think this needs to be set only on one player, yeah. So this, let's change this to say master server RPC call. So this will now will only be called onto the master if this works correctly. Let's see what else do we have to master. master server RPC call. Yeah, I think that was the issue. Okay, let's close both of them and let's do another build and run. Okay, I'm going to make the master the editor, just in case. Join room. Okay, and we're in. I'm dropping it. I'm going to click and turn. There's no combat. And on both of these, yeah, okay. We now have some slight issue. Something is out of sync. Okay, close that, clear that, and open this. So let's see, once we end the turn, from our UI end turn, if the player state is player, then you're telling game operation, or no, depending on the state, if it's player ends turn, okay, player ends turn, operation player ends turn. Then that sends an RPC to master again, master server RPC, to master player ends turn, and then this calls for RPC player begins combat, to this, which then does the operation player begins combat, which is going to come down here, and it's going to say that there's no available card. Then it's going to send the master server RPC call. Yeah, that's the issue, I think, that this is now false, and we do not have a parameter with this. It's not buffered when it's going on the master because it's always going to be connected. So let's do a search for that. Okay, so let's try the build and run. Let's see. Come on. Oh yeah, we have it open. Actually, no, I don't have it open. Just have to wait. Okay. Here we are. Play. Okay, so we're dropping that. And we're ending the turn. Still nothing happens. Let's see if we are actually even ending the turn actually. So let's do UI end. And that's that. Okay, then enter. Here we are. What? Enter. Here we are. Current player in play. Okay. Then inside here. Inside. On the next one. Oh, damn it. Yeah, okay, so let's open it up again. Open next. Step into. Okay. Then over here, player ends turn. Join in. Master server RPC. That's going to go into the library. So I think maybe this is not getting called. RPC to master player ends turn. I don't think we're going to get it, but let's try that. Let's put a breakpoint here. Let's hit continue. And it just never gets called, I guess. So hold on. Okay, so anywhere I was using the previous method actually, because I think there's another bug to that. And I'm just using a normal RPC, but the logic that will actually run into it, so for example this, if it's not the master, then it's simply going to not run the logic. This will only run onto the master server. Okay, so they should technically fix that issue, because it's kind of similar, just not yeah, it just wasn't streamlined this way, but it's the same logic. We are sending an RPC to everybody, but only the master client is going to actually run that logic. Okay, so let's build it up. Let's open that. Let's hit play. Join. Going to drop the card and turn. That's still kind of weird. We're getting this error. RPC, apply health to player. Okay. Then why? Subnet RPC, apply health to player. Don't know why it doesn't get it. Maybe it's the space. I don't think it's the space. But let's see. Do we have any other RPCs that had a space? Yeah, that would be weird if it was that, but whatever. Let's try that again. And actually, I'm going to do a build settings. I'm going to set up as a development build, and I want to do a clean build, so I'm going to delete anything else that there is inside the folder, and I'm going to build it again. Okay, minimize that. play. And we should actually run it, because now build and run. Okay, gen room, and we're dropping it, ending the turn, and yeah, we still get the same. What? We get the error on both, but we do have the RPCs. We literally just checked for the RPC. That's weird. That's really weird. Unless that's not the correct scripts. RPC, apply health to player. Unless this is not a public method, let's see. Oh, yeah, it wasn't public. My bad. It needs to be a public RPC, yeah. Okay, now I get it. So, come on. With that in mind, let's make sure everything is public. You see that it could be fall on the same pitfall. Okay, from what I can see, everything is public now. Okay, perfect. Close that, clear, and let's close the instance. And now a build and run should work fine, and we should be done actually. We should have, if not everything, all be synced online with this, with our RPCs, because of the way we had it set up. General. Okay, and my turn. Have some issues. Okay. So now we are in a deadlock. So we're now ending the turn, but we're not sending the RPC. Let's see, do we have anything? No, we don't. So player ends turn. It should be done as an RPC, I guess. Okay, player ends turn, get operation. Player ends turn. We're calling RPC to master player ends turn. Is master RPC player begins combat. Player begins combat. Okay, this all happens because we know the player actually picked up a card. So that means game operation from player. Card ID. Oops. Yeah. Player begins combat. Player begins combat. Should be down here. Yeah. And then you're calling to RPC to master player does combat. If those cards are 0, okay. To master player does combat. If it's not the master, but if it is, then you just run all of this. Assign next player, which goes, yeah, that's the problem, because game operation. Now this needs to be is done on the master, and it's going to, instead of saying game operation, we need to say broadcast or sharpnet. Better yet, just call the begin turn we have above. So we just need this one. Okay, so going back, instead of player begins turn, we should just send this. Okay, and now it should do the trick, and that should do it. As you can see, it's relatively pretty easy. If we just follow the trail, we also find a solution to this and why it's not sending things. Of course, if we started this from with the library scene, it will even be simpler, but it's not that, it's already too hard, so whatever. And turn, okay. As you see, this actually works perfectly. Only downside is we picked up 2 cards instead of 1. So that's at least just means we're calling the pickup 2 times. Okay, so I'm going to close that. And as you saw, we have all our operations was working fine and normally. So that means let's find the pick card, picks new card. So OP player picks up new card. Let's see, where do we call that? Let's see, from where do we call this? Okay, and that's coming from this one, which is coming then from what? Begin turn for player. And yeah, okay, so begin turn, this one and this one. Okay, we want it on the second time. So player starts turn. Let's see, oops, let's see this. Oh, come on, we want the RPC. And I mistakenly renamed that, so I Control Z. Okay, so we have the RPC. It's coming from here and from here. Okay, only 2 places. Then this calls for begin turn, game operation, begin turn for player, which is going to pick all of them, and then it's going to say pick a new card, pick new card, and then down here you are picking that, but I don't see why you're calling it again. Get card physical distance. Yeah, I don't see why this is happening 2 times. Operation of pick new card. Let's see. Begin turn for play. I think maybe it's, yeah, I think maybe this gets called 2 times. Begin turn. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Because begin turn, no. From this, you're calling this, which is going to just do all of this. It's going to set as play, it's going to reset, it's going to call the pick new card, and it's going to work with this. But then again, picks up a new card. Since this doesn't actually have any RPCs, from what I can see, I don't know why it's doing this the way it does. Unless we get the call 2 times, so unless we get the assign Yeah, okay. Maybe it's that. Maybe we do get the assign. That doesn't make much sense either, though. But let's check it. Assign next player, then final references. Going backwards. Apply health to player. If it's not in master, you are returning. Maybe this gets called 2 times. I think it gets called 2 times. Player begins combat. Let's see. Yeah. No. It doesn't get 2 times because it's used here. Oh, damn it. Operation player ends turn. Player ends turn. Let's see where this else is going to be called. We have 2 cases. One inside update, which is from this, and one inside. What? That's for debug turn. Okay, doesn't matter. That's for this. So current player will end the turn. Player ends turn, sends the operation to end the turn, which sends this to the master with the player ID, which in turn, if it is the master, says player begins combat, which in turn is going to do the operation for player begins combat. Player begins combat is done on this, then sends back to the master that combat has been done, does the entire combat, assigns, apply health to player, yeah, okay, assign next player, finds the current player holder from this, it changes the order, then calls on to RPC player starts turn, player starts turn. Oh, I think maybe it's this. No, it's not this. Player starts turns, and everyone knows that the player will start, which begins the turn, which comes down here, and you're calling the operation to pick a new card. You get a new card, but then you are left with nothing else because there's no other operation. So why on earth are you not getting this? Why are we getting 2 cards then? And I think because this will be running on both players. Okay, and it does run, and it does play. Yeah, I don't know. If we branch out this will not make them pick up anything. Unless we have something else. So maybe pick up a new card as an operation. Which I don't see anything. This will create your card. And it will make you pick up the player. Your first card. Okay, get card as instance. Maybe it's this one. No, you just create a new instance. You're loading it, and so on. But it doesn't run into... Oh, come on. Yeah, I can't see why, but I'm going to guess that one RPC gets called 2 times. Okay, so to find that, let's do debug.log on all our RPCs. Okay. And on the game operations, begin turn for player. Let's do a build and run, but it's not really that much needed. So we'll see. Let's join. Join room. Okay, so I'm going to clear all that and I'm going to unpause collapse just so that we can see what's happening, and I'm going to end the turn. So the player ends your turn, RPC to master player ends turn, and here it is, you are getting called 2 times, and I think because it's getting called locally first, then you're sending this to player RPC master player ends turn, begin turn for player ends 2 times, then that's not the correct one. Yeah, this runs 2 times. So yeah, I think because the master, no, it should not. Let's see, maybe we are calling it 2 times. No, we don't. Maybe we have the begin turn 2 times. This runs the RPC to start the turn for you. Begin block for player. I don't think this is it. Don't think we are ever coming in here yet. Yeah, no. So, well, just to be safe, I guess we could do that. We could comment this out and eliminate that. And let's see, join room, enter, no. Okay, wasn't that. Okay, so the only case that I can see this happening is this getting called 2 times. But from what I can see, it's only getting called once and once. Otherwise, it's that. Begin turn, begin turn, begin turn. So unless this calls it directly onto the master, and let's see, if we say if not is master, then maybe it's not going to even run it onto that. Let's do build and run. Hit play, move that on the side, clear new join room, and now the master doesn't even run it. Okay, so it doesn't run on the first one either, so that's not it. Don't believe this is it. But we can also do a debug.log try. Okay, clear that. Let's do the build run, and I think I'm just going to pause it here because the last 15 minutes we're doing the same thing and we have no we really don't have anything to show for it, so we're going to have to check this out. Play. Yeah, it does get called 2 times. God damn it. For this to be called 2 times, that will mean either this is happening or this is happening on everybody. The not assigned player, the RPC to master player does combat. That will mean that. Or maybe, yeah, I think maybe both of them try the... Yeah, I think that's what happens. I think it's this one. It gets called twice. Maybe not. Player begins combat. No. Player ends turn. Maybe it's the player ends turn. Operation player ends turn. Player ends turn, and then from this one is coming from this one. Oh well, anyway, you know what? I can't actually find a solution to this right now, so I'm going to take a rest, and then on the next part we're going to fix it. So let's finish this part. Let's put, let's pause for now. And then on the next one, we're going to fix those. So as always, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and if you'd like to see more stuff like this, more videos, more series, more of everything, then consider supporting me on Patreon so we can keep making everything we're making. I'll see you next time.